Guys, we've had a lot of AI things, okay? We've had AI art, we've had AI VTubers, we've had AI writing. Have you heard of AI mugs? Because I haven't till maybe a week ago. This shit is crazy, guys. Let's get into this. So there has been this ad floating around, and I guess this started in the end of October, but it first crossed my path at the end of December, okay? This is from an account by the name of Xmas Gifts. Anyways, we don't care about the account because this shit's AI. Sorry, not really. So I'm gonna mute it because copyright, but the caption is love these crystal mugs. And they show a process of like quote unquote making a crystal mug, and they show you, oh, look at the coffee pouring in. Look at how beautiful these mugs are, quote unquote. Guys, this is most definitely AI. If you can't tell, it is AI. Now, a lot of people were like in the comment section being like, how can you tell this is not AI? Like, nobody would fall for this. You would be surprised at what people fall for. You know, like romance scams. Like, I feel like nowadays we know that if somebody calls you and, you know, you're average Joe Schmo, but they're this really, really hot Nigerian prince saying that they absolutely love you and they have like $10 billion locked up in oil funds. I think at this point, we assume that we should know that this is a scam, but I feel like some people still fall for it. You know, not necessarily harping on you if you fell for it. It's just maybe next time we should do a little bit more critical thinking, because if something sounds too good to be true, it likely is too good to be true. But just look at the AI of this. Like, this is just funny to me. If we look at this one, this pink mug, right? As they pour the coffee in, because it's AI and the AI is fucking up, it looks like the coffee is leaking out of the bottom of the cup. Just watch the bottom for me, guys. What is that exactly? You know, here we have some coffee being poured into a mug. Like, I assume that we can tell this is AI because it looks like the complete side of the glass just disappeared. But I guess because it's supposed to be a mineral crystal, it might look different. Let me pause this here. Not to mention the crooked table in the background. I think it's funny. Some people saw these AI listings for these beautiful, I'm being sarcastic, crystal coffee mugs, and they bought it. And again, I'm not trying to harp on anybody who bought it. You know, your money, you can spend it how you want. But this is how the listing looks like. You know, they're selling it for like $20 a pop, and they're using these AI generated images. And then here we have a post by Take a Sale. I hope I'm saying their name right. And the caption reads, my auntie became a victim, but it's the thought that counts. Sorry, so I'm gonna mute it again because there's some music in the background. I don't want to get copyright struck here. But yeah, this looks like stained resin with dents in it. Not what AI was advertising. Look at this. Here is another post by swordmaking_lady, also on December 26th. And the caption reads, she was so excited to give them to me too. She said she saw them on Instagram. And the caption reads, y'all, they got my mama. And look at these mugs. Oh, they look so bad. Oh, it looks so cheap. Like, this is what they got, and this was what was advertised. Of course, it's not the same because it's AI. Again, I don't blame the mom, right? Because like a lot of the older generation, you know, like my parents' generation, they'll see it. They don't know what AI is. They see it. They're like, wow, this looks so pretty. They don't know the concept that like, hey, images nowadays can be completely falsely generated. Even videos can be falsely generated, and they buy it. And here's what some people had to say. So here we have nothing but Cap. That is their Twitter handle, or sorry, that is their TikTok handle, and they're talking about this.
Okay, now these mugs have been going viral across my For You page because people have been buying the mugs and they're just getting huge plastic resin cups that look nothing like the mugs. And I'm not trying to judge anyone. I'm not trying to say that people don't know what they're talking about, but the video does look like AI a little bit. And I think we're gonna have to kind of start to pinpoint when stuff is AI advertisements and when it's real life. Because I was just at the movies yesterday and Coca-Cola had an entire commercial that was generated by AI advertising. And now I'm seeing all these AI, you know what I'm saying, clothes and shoes and cups, and people are falling for it. The video looked like AI. It did. The mug was steaming from all sides. The mug was like changing shape as the video panned around the cup. Like, that's not really normal, but because we don't really have good AI, like, reading skills yet, people fell for that, and it's, like, all over TikTok, and they look horrible in real life. Like, obviously, a solid agate amethyst crystal mug is pretty much physically impossible to make and drink out of, and it looked like that when they got the final product. So beware of the AI ads, because can't even say it. Beware of the AI ads. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, I completely agree. I would just say too, look, if something sounds too good to be true, it is likely too good to be true. If you think you're gonna get a solid amethyst mug for $20, it's too good to be true. And here is another TikToker by the name of Callie with the TikTok handle _Cal_Cipher. And I think they had some pretty good points they made in this video.
The reason we're having an influx in successful scams is because we have an influx of people who think they're completely immune to being the victim of a scam. Yes, that includes younger people. Fellow millennials, I'm looking at you. Gen Z, I'm looking at you. And I have never been so confident in a thesis as to the phenomenon that has happened this holiday season concerning the crystal mug. If you guys have not seen it, there has been a viral crystal mug that has gone viral on here that is fucking clearly AI. Like, if you'd never seen AI before, you should still be able to point to that and be like, that's a fucking cartoon. The amount of people, younger people, who confidently bought that mug only to open it and be like, why does it look like that? It looks like that because you bought a cartoon, Megan. You bought a promise of something that's literally not real. And it's so funny because so many Goodwill workers have already come on here and be like, yeah, we've had an influx of those since Christmas. We already have like 40. And if you've seen it, you know this thing looks awful. It's not even good AI. Oh, and also apparently it's not even safe to drink out of even if you wanted to keep it. You have a much higher probability of becoming a victim of these scams once you convince yourself you're too smart for them.
I completely agree too. Whenever I'm into scams, all of us have fallen for it. I've fallen for it. I'm sure you will too if you haven't. I hope you don't. But that's the nature of how scams work. We're all eventually going to fall for it. So I think it could just all help, you know, if we all pursue shopping, opening up our wallets and perusing the internet with a grain of salt. You know, if something sounds too good to be true, it probably is. If something is eliciting an emotional response for you to purchase it, as in they're like, you must buy this now or you must get this now. Let's ignore the emotional response we're getting from the limited thing they're trying to sell you and still do a little bit of research. Ask yourself, hey, do I really need this? If I don't need this, then maybe we don't purchase it. Because overconsumption is a big thing. And also, just if we completely ignore even the overconsumption aspect, your wallet will thank you because it's so easy to spend nowadays. And I've been there, you know, where I was buying a lot of stuff and then later I look back and I'm like, I don't even need all of this. I really don't. I really did not. So I'm trying in 2025 to be more conscious of what I'm buying. I think we all should. It could only help you, right? It can't hurt you in the long run. And again, if something looks too good to be true, do some cross research, do some digging. And before you buy things, I always recommend you look at the reviews online to see what other people are saying and do some due diligence in researching the reviews, right? If they only have 5-star reviews, that is also a red flag because like they're probably purchasing for reviews. I like reading a couple of the 5-star ones and a couple of the 1-star reviews just so I can get a good gauge of like why people gave it a 1-star and why people gave it a 5-star, and then I can make a decision from there. If I'll look on TikTok too, if people had like video reviews of purchasing the product before I open up my wallets. Also, a lot of items are often drop shipped. So if you see a listing, I would try to reverse image search it just to see if you can find it elsewhere. Because like I showed you the other screenshot where they were selling the crystal mug for like $20. If I go on AliExpress, they literally have it for $3. Like $3. Is it good? No, there's probably some exploitation involved, right? But that's because it's drop shipped. So I think we could all be more conscious consumers leading into 2025. And again, don't flame anybody if they fell for the scam, right? We've all been there. We will all fall for it at some points. And we just learn, move on, and recognize, hey, this is AI, okay? So I'm curious as to your thoughts down below in the comment section. Again, let's all be respectful. If you like this video, I appreciate it if you like and subscribed. Don't forget to check me out on Etsy, in which I sell digital goods and assets. Don't forget to check me out on Coffee because I have a bunch of stuff there for free. And I also stream on Twitch 3 days a week, Mondays, Wednesdays, Saturdays at 6 p.m. PST. So I hope to catch you guys there or in another one of my videos. Peace.